What's up, y'all? Jim here, Get Better with Books. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about 5 simple productivity tips to help you be more productive and make this upcoming year the most productive year yet. All right, but before we go any further, I think it's important to call something out from the start. It's no surprise that the self-help book game is littered with productivity books, right? Things to help you build better habits or to build more checklists. And it's no surprise that a lot of us, me included, we gravitate towards these types of books because we all have this nagging feeling that we can be more efficient with our time. Because obviously time is our most precious asset, and the way that we use it, the way that we manage it can have a tremendous impact on the trajectory of our lives. But what does productivity even mean? Like, productivity can mean completely different things to different people. Like, if you're a software engineer, or if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a baker, productivity can mean completely different things. But I think we can all agree that we could use a little bit of help when it comes to using our time more effectively. So in this video, over the next few minutes, I'm gonna be talking about the 5 productivity tactics that I've learned from some great books. So make sure you stick around so you don't miss a thing. Let's get into it. Here we go. So the first thing on this list is to define what productive means to you. Productivity can mean different things to different people. Like, if you're a student, productivity could mean how much time that you're spending doing homework or working on projects or studying for an exam. If you're a salesperson, productivity could mean how much time that you're spending calling leads or working on a pitch or pitching new prospects. Or if you're just looking for a new job, productivity could mean how much time that you're spending applying to new jobs or working on your resume or practicing interviewing skills. So you get the point. Everyone can define productive in different ways, but regardless of what you do and regardless of how you define it, I think it's important to really identify the things that are important, because that way you can simply just cut out the things that don't align with the most important tasks that you have to do. And by simply focusing on the things that are most important, it's really gonna help you leverage your time on the things that are gonna have the most impact. So there's a great book out there called Essentialism by Greg McKeown, which basically talks about this exact topic and how important it is for us to become hyper aware about the things that are most important to us. In this book, he's got 2 great quotes that I think really emphasize this idea. The first is, you cannot overestimate the unimportance of practically everything. And the second quote is, sometimes what you don't do is just as important as what you do. And in an era when we're constantly bombarded with breaking news and notifications and Twitter beefs, our attention and where we focus has an opportunity cost. Number 2 on this list is creating clear goals. And I think this is a human characteristic that we all share. We all want targets. We all want progress. We all want to feel like we're working towards something. We want to feel like our days and our actions have purpose. And this is a natural extension to the first point, where being clear on how you define productivity can actually be directed towards a clear goal. So here's an example. Let's just say your goal is to lose 15 pounds by next summer, or you want to finish writing your book in 6 weeks. I think having that clear goal will help you identify the specific actions to ask yourself, by doing this, does this bring me closer or further away from that goal? I think it's also very important to have a specific timetable when it comes to that goal. So whether it's finishing the book in 6 weeks, having a timetable assigned to that is going to force you to be more efficient with your time, but it's also going to give you a little bit of extra sense of urgency. But by having clear goals, it's going to help you direct your energy. So if you're going 100 miles an hour and you're not heading anywhere in particular, that's the easiest way to get discouraged with your effort. And there's a great quote from the Farnam Street blog that does a great job at emphasizing the difference between direction and speed. And it goes, if you're pointed in the wrong direction, it doesn't matter how fast you're traveling. Inversely, if you're locked onto your desired destination, all progress is positive. No matter how slow you're going, you'll reach your goal eventually. So be clear with your goals and be constantly questioning, is by doing this going to bring me closer or further away from my goal. Number 3 on this list to be more productive is making it as easy as possible to do the work. All right, so you've defined what productive means to you. You've got some clear goals that you want to pursue. Now what? Well, in the wise words of Shia LaBeouf, one must simply do it. Just do it. Yep. So let's face it, we're all humans, and humans naturally gravitate towards the easiest route possible, the path of least resistance. We're all innately efficient people. So when it comes to the actual doing part, utilizing something called environmental design will help you actually do more efficiently. And here's what I mean by that. Let's just say that you're a writer and your goal is to accomplish writing your book in 6 weeks. And how you've defined productivity in the writer world is you want to write 1,000 words before noon every day. It's a lot. So how can you utilize environmental design to help you accomplish this specific daily goal? Well, there's a couple things. You could simply just clear off your desk, your specific writing area, so the only thing in your immediate periphery is your laptop. It could be a typewriter, it could be pen and paper, whatever your mechanism of written communication is. You want to make sure that there are no distractions. You want to make it as easy as possible for you to do your number 1 goal, and that is write. Or if you have some tracking app, or if you have some to-do lists, make it as easy as possible for you to see that daily goal of write 1,000 words per day. That way it's front and center, and you have no questions as to what your most prioritized task is in that day. Another way that you can do this is by simply putting it on your calendar. So whether you use Gmail or if you use an analog calendar like myself, make sure that you're putting it front and center. Block off some time to make sure that you're telling yourself, this is a priority for me. I'm dedicating the time to do it. So do it. So by specifically structuring your environment and utilizing productivity apps or to-do lists to keep that task front and center, it's a no-brainer that you are going to get more stuff done. My 4th tip on this productivity list is probably the most important, and that is remove distractions. Honestly, this is the most important, but probably the hardest thing to accomplish on this list because we are all tied to the hip with our devices. And it's so easy for us to get caught up in the endless feed scrolls and the breaking news reports and the notifications. So our attention and our focus is the most important thing that we can control. And if you can identify the specific areas in which you get easily distracted, whether it be social media, whether it be a TV on in the background or trying to do work, by simply removing these distractions, it's going to force you to get more stuff done. So let's just say, for example, you're always on your phone, you're checking your feed while you're trying to get stuff done. A couple things that you could do is you could put that thing on airplane mode. So you're not connected to the Wi-Fi, you're not getting notifications about how Billie Jean just met up with her friend, or she just got this cool picture at an ice cream stand down the street. Or if you are a complete savage and that does not work, get up and put your phone in another room, put it in a drawer, lock the room. You can simply physically remove these distractions, whatever it takes to stop distracting yourself. And that doesn't mean that you can't watch TV or you can't use your phone or you can't play video games from time to time. I think the important thing to identify here is designate a specific time when you are most productive, when you are trying to get something done, and couple that with the fact that you are physically removing distractions from that timetable, and you are going to get more stuff done in an efficient manner. And last but not least, number 5 on this list of productivity tips is the importance of taking breaks. So you might be saying, whoa, so you're trying to give me all these productivity tips, but you're telling me to work less. Yep. Keep in mind that with our attention and our focus and our motivation, these are all finite things. And as much as we're constantly told to wake up at 4 a.m. and crush it and hustle our asses off for 18-hour days, I think it's equally as important to keep things in perspective here. If your goal is to get more stuff done, but you're crushing it to the point where you're getting burnt out, I think you're losing sight of what's most important here. And I think we've all heard the saying, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And if your goal is to consistently put out quality work, I think it's important for us to maintain a healthy lifestyle, a healthy mental aptitude. So constantly taking breaks to either talk to a loved one, or get outside, get some sun, get some exercise, get off your ass, get away from the laptop. Taking these breaks is not only gonna help you stay sharp, but it's gonna give you the balance that you need in your life to consistently put out quality work. And some of the most successful people in the world, from Albert Einstein to Winston Churchill to John F. Kennedy, they were all big fans of a very specific break that I think we can all appreciate: the midday nap. So they all noted that naps were a great way to stay sharp and to keep their mentals on point. And if famous presidents and physicists were all big advocates for the midday nap, I think we can all find it deep within our hearts to advocate adding naps to our schedule. So that's all I got for you folks. I hope these 5 productivity tips are something that you can implement to your daily routine to make next year, 2021, hopefully better than 2020, the most productive year that you've had yet, but also to keep things in perspective in the long run. If you like this video, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel so you get more videos just like this. Question for you in the comment section, let me know, what is your #1 productivity tip that helps you get more stuff done? Let me know. I'll see you down there. This is Jim, Get Better with Books, signing out. I appreciate you watching. Until then, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.